Hey, you just got yourself a brand new iPhone 17 and you don't want to leave it without a case because turns out that aluminum scratches. I want to show you my top 5 cases that I absolutely love, and I want to show you why I love them. My name is Dan, and I love making everyday technology easy. I worked at Apple for 19 years, and now I am in full-time ministry. I've been rocking the iPhone 17 Pro Max in Cosmic Orange for about a week, and I've been testing out some cases. And these are the cases that I think I am going to go with, and I'm going to show you why. There's a lot of nuances between each one, and I'm sure you're on Amazon right now, kind of looking for which case to purchase or screen protector. Now, all the cases that I will highlight, I'm going to go in no particular order. I'm all going to place them in my Amazon store link, which is in the link description below, because they're typically on sale. You may save a couple dollars if you use my link. So case number one, let's talk about the Apple case, the Techwoven case, right? This is a brand new case for Apple. They had a different material last year, and I'm going to try to get as close as I can for you. Wait for the camera to focus, and you can kind of start to see the level of grain. It has a little texture to it, little ASMR, I guess. Um, and to be honest, when I first saw this one, I thought, like really, what is the big deal about the Tech Woven? It is a new not microfiber. It is like a canvas micro woven technology. The fit and finish is honestly very, very good. Um, it covers everything very nicely. You do see the actual loop rings. Now Apple has a crossbody lanyard system that you can loop through the side. Not my favorite, I'm gonna be honest. Looping those lanyards could be a little bit difficult, but it is there. The buttons, I get this question a lot. Are the buttons clicky? And they are. They're a good clicky. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is a nice clicky. The buttons are matched finish with the color of the case there. And then the camera action button is also here. It's also here, sorry. And it is flush mounted. So I'll kind of do a real slow reveal there. And it too is pretty clicky. Hopefully you can hear that. But here's what I love about this. So I really do love the way the canvas feels. Time will tell how this holds up, obviously. I've been using this one probably the most. It does have a nice lip around the camera, kind of protecting it there. And then what I love about it that I haven't seen too many reviewers talk about it is the actual face. Now I do have a screen protector on mine, and we'll talk about that. Let me just black out my screen here. If you look closely, you can kind of see the orange peeking through on the edge, right? Now, I think that is possibly by design, knowing Apple. And as you can tell, I have a matte finish on my screen protector. But I love the fact that you can kind of get that hint of the orange bleed line that goes all the way across. Again, a little bit of aesthetic, but at the same token, there is a pretty decent lip around the screen. I try to do that myself there. So you can kind of see the edge. Minimal. You'll see some on the other cases that I'm going to show you that it is much thicker on the other ones. But this has enough of coverage. And then I always do the wobble test. I always put this on the table and does it wobble. Now with the new camera plateau system, it does wobble less. But with this case, there is absolutely no wobble. So the Apple Tech Woven case, very good option, especially if you want more of a canvas look and feel. It is on the pricier side. It is on sale right now through the link that I provided through Amazon for $52, I believe. I think normally they're like $60. So check it out if you're interested. Apple Tech Woven. Now, let's move on to case number two. Case number two is it's a brand new brand that honestly I have not heard of before until now. It's called elago or elago. I'm sure I'm messing that up. And this is the box that it comes with. Very clean, minimalistic box. Designed here in California. It does come with some cool stickers. I am a sucker for stickers. Are you a sucker for stickers? If you are, drop me down a comment below. Um, but I love stickers. This one is designed in California. And now here's the reason why I like it. The inside does have microfiber. It does have the built-in MagSafe. And then this one here in particular is silicone, and they call it their ridge case because it has these ridges on the side, kind of remind you of some like Nike shoes, some Yeezys, or some type of foam runners if you're into shoes. It does have a very high um, extrusion for the camera, but let's put it in. And I think this color looks amazing with the cosmic orange. As a matter of fact, their colors are, I think, very well balanced with the new Pro line color, the silver, the blue, and the cosmic orange. But here, I'll kind of give you the walk around. So here is the camera. You can see the camera ridge, very protective over the camera. What I love about this is the actual feel of it. I love the ridges. It does make the phone a little grippier. I was coming from the iPhone 15 Pro. I skipped the 16. And as you know or may not know, the 17 is slightly larger than the 15, and for sure than the 16, just ever so slightly, but it's something that you do feel if you go for the Pro Max. The buttons are clicky. Let's see if you hear that. Including the action button. And very nice recessed here. Kind of, let me get out the way. You can kind of see the camera button there. Nice and recessed so it's not accidentally hit, which I appreciate. Here's the other side. And here's the bottom. Very, very good protection. And if you look at the bump of the screen, very nice ridge. Try to get the focus here to cooperate. So unlike the Techwoven, you do not see any of the orange visible out there because you can tell the rubber does come all the way around. So this one, very, very nice. And as a matter of fact, very affordable. This one only comes in at $17. They come in a bunch of different colors and styles. And again, this is their ridge case in silicone. I was reading up on their website. They have like 5 layers of protection. Just really, really, really nice case. That is number 2 on my list. The Elago. You can see their logo, Elago brand, made here, designed in California. That is their silicone case. Very, very nice. So number 3 is one by a brand called Torras. Torras. I'll show you a picture. And to be honest, this case I know pretty well because on my previous iPhone 15, I was rocking one of their cases. And what I liked about their cases is that they had a built-in kind of stand for your phone if you're watching YouTube, if you're just on a FaceTime call, if you kind of want to hang it somewhere. So I'm very familiar with theirs. This is a new case for them called the Ostand Q3 Air. Just rolls off your tongue, does it? Does it not? But it is very, very nice. And I'll kind of show you the walk around here. So I got it in the gray color with the orange accents. So here, and I'll show you what's some of the features. So it does have like this rubbery edge around the sides to give you better grip. This is why it's called the Ostand, because this is a 360-degree ring that will follow you. So again, different cases you can hold the phone as a holder. Obviously, you can put this to stand in any different way or shape. You can lay it down, you can stand it up, multiple. But what's new this year is that the Ostand, or the ring, is actually flush mount. So you can see that is completely flush mount. Good camera protection. And then what makes this case a little unique versus their previous years is that, again, this was from a previous year, but you can see it has a high lip around the corners for the edges. So does this. But now what they included is why they're calling it the Air, is that all 4 corners, they basically have little airbags or little puffed up, I'm going to call that like Nike shoe, Air Max's design. I think that's why they branded it Air. That's to each their own. A little bit excessive on the branding, but not bad. And what's cool, I think this color combination of the cosmic orange and this cement color gray looks phenomenal. And then what's also pretty cool in their box, they also give you an additional set of buttons. So these buttons here, try to get it to focus, you can actually interchange and change. If you don't want the orange buttons, you can change it with their silver color. They're labeled really well. Very easy to change there. Buttons are clicking. See if you hear it. So it is clicky. The camera button is also kind of flushed. And I'll tell you why I like the camera's buttons being flushed or even a little bit indented. I find myself I grab my phone typically like this, and when I grab it like this, my thumb is always on the camera button. So I quickly found myself activating the camera off the bat. It was a little annoying, I gotta admit. Now I did go to settings, and you could change that camera action button to be from a single click to a double click. So right now I have it set up as a double click. So if I click it once, nothing happens. I have to click it twice for the actual camera to appear, which definitely has helped me out. And then you can also put there in settings if you want it to be while the screen is on. But what I love about this case, shock protection. If you're looking for something more rugged, more protective, if you want to, if you're a person that has maybe kids and they're constantly dropping your phone, this one looks like it has strong protection with the airbags and the four corner. Very grippy. Color combination is really cool, and I love the Ostand that's 360. All of these, by the way, are MagSafe. All the ones that I have shown you do have the MagSafe inside. This one, in addition to being MagSafe, also has an external magnet. So it's very grippy if you want to pop this on your refrigerator while you're looking at, or maybe on a FaceTime call or watching a YouTube video for a recipe. Very strong magnet. So the Torras, the Q3 Air, it's on sale right now through the link that I provided. It is on the pricier side. It is $65. But I think for one that's very strong protection, you cannot go wrong with this one. Torras Q3 Air. All right, can't go wrong with that one. Let me now show you number 4. Now this is an awesome one that I just came across. This one is by a company called Benks. And what I love about this one so far, and I'll show you the box here. Benks here makes a wide line of iPhone cases and accessories. And what makes this one so interesting is that this one actually is built with, believe it or not, Kevlar. This is called their Montage Armor Air case with Kevlar. Right now it's on sale for about $42, I believe. It's made with what they call 600D and 1500D DuPont Kevlar fiber. Now this thing is super light. This is, I don't have a scale, but it's probably for sure has to be one of the lightest ones I've shown so far. It has a very pronounced camera bump to make sure that your camera lenses are protected. It has nice clicky buttons. It does come with MagSafe, of course. The profile is very thin, so I'll go ahead and pop it on the iPhone here. And then I'll show you what I love about this one. I love the fact color combination is spot on. And this is the Kevlar edition. It looks like microfiber. The material is, a little rubbery, so it's very grippy. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of your hands. The buttons are clicky. Let's see if you can hear it. The camera buttons also very nice and flush, which again I appreciate for personal reasons. It makes it just a little bit they don't get accidentally clicked is what I'm trying to say. Really nice design. There's that camera bump there to kind of really protect, especially if you're putting this on your desk like I do every day. Very strong protection. This case they did send out to me. The rest, this is not sponsored by any way, shape, or form, but they did send this out to me. They also sent me out almost like a pop socket, but it's their magnetic phone grip. And the cool thing about this is also 360. It is removable, right? So if you don't want to use this, which I truly appreciate, it does stick out a little bit, but the benefit is that you can always pop it out. And the cool thing is, if you don't want to use it as a ring, you can always use it just as a finger loop. So you can just stick your finger in there. So it's both a pop socket, if you will, and also a ring stand. Very, very cool. Again, 360 degrees. Benks, a Montage Armor Air built in with Kevlar, which is awesome. This one's also on sale for, like I said, $42. The phone grip is optional. It's extra if you do choose to get it. And again, all of these are in my link below, but very, very good quality build. Very impressed. All right, let me show you now my last one, number 5. Now, number 5 comes from a company that I'm sure you've heard of. It's the Ridge. I personally carry the Ridge wallet. I've been carrying it for a long, long time. So the Ridge came out with what they call is that it's their everyday phone case for iPhone 17. It is MagSafe. It is lined with like a microfiber. The sides are black. I got it in the olive green because I love olive green. This is more. It's not silicone. It's kind of like a plasticky feel. Very durable, very rigid, very rigid. But the fit and finish is very, very good. So I'm gonna pop this in here and kind of give you the walk around. So let's take a look at the glass protection as a nice little bump around the glass. The ports and the bottom are completely covered. There's the camera action button on this side. This one does stick out just a hair, but it is recessed. There's the camera bump, nice lip, nothing too crazy, right? So it's not super, high, but just enough for the lenses. So maybe that's something that interests you, right? Maybe you don't want such a large bump. And then the glass in the front, very well protected. Buttons are clicky. Let's see if you can hear these. Very, very nice. Blackout look. Very, very cool. The Ridge Everyday Phone Case for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, I believe it's right around $40. So again, linked below as well. Now, what I do like about Ridge is that they also made an accessory. Now, this is not a phone case, but this is something called the Ridge Magnetic Power Bank. And of course, got in the olive green again. And now here's what's pretty awesome about this. It is a magnetic phone charger. It is bulky, right? It's not super slim, but let's just face it. When you're using a battery bank, they typically are almost never slim. There are a couple slim ones. The Apple one is slim, and so on and so forth. But this one magnetically attaches to the back. What I love about this, what caught my eye, number one, it has two built-in cables. So it has built-in cables that are permanently attached to the device. So you have one Lightning, and then you also have one USB. So these cables are always with you. That's very handy. So right off the bat, you can be charging two devices at one time. Now, because it is MagSafe, you obviously could be charging the phone, or if you have a pair of AirPods or an Apple Watch, you can actually charge that as well. So let me just take off my Apple Watch, place it on the charger, and now I'm also charging my Apple Watch. Now, what's cool about this is the fact that it has an LED screen. Let me turn this on for you. And you can see there at the edge that it tells you how much battery is left, which is awesome. There's a USB-C for recharging. And if I were to just put my Apple Watch on top, it'll magnetize, and then it'll start to show me that it's charging the phone. Charging the watch as my watch charges. Now, what's super cool is that it has a built-in kickstand. So if you're traveling, you can now travel with this, put your watch maybe to charge, or maybe put your phone to charge, or maybe you're just watching a movie, catching up on your YouTube, watching this channel, of course, and now you have a built-in stand while the phone is charging. Pretty cool by Ridge. This device by itself retails for $79. They do have I think a very, very good deal if you buy both the case and the the charger, I think it only comes out to about $99, which is, I think, a steal to get both items. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's on my Amazon store as well. But listen, these are my top 5 cases that so far I have been sincerely impressed. I know that when you grab a brand new phone, you're eager to kind of wrap it up and get it covered. Maybe you're the person that likes to carry their phone without a case, and that's pretty cool. There have been some reports that the new aluminum finish, because it is kind of this ionized process, it is scratchable, and hey, aluminum is scratchable. This is not titanium like the previous generation. So you want to protect your investment. Now, last but not least, I didn't mention, I did add a matte finish glass shield on it. I'll leave that included as well. I am a fan of the matte finish because even though the new ceramic glass that Apple is included is less reflective, still not matte finish. So this one gives you this nice non-reflective look. Hey, I hope that you found this video helpful. If you haven't checked out this video, you should, because I go in a little bit deeper within iOS 26. If you have any questions, comments, drop them down below. If there's a case that you like, or if there's a case that you want me to review or an accessory, let me know that as well. I would love to hear your feedback. And again, thank you so much for watching. Hey, join the community. Hit that subscribe button. So many of you are not following the channel. You're watching the channel, but you're not following. Hook me up and join our community. Until next time, peace.